Let's touch on the topic of what makes a good trader. You've decided to take on the challenge of becoming a trader. Exciting, but definitely not easy feat. Let's be real. The odds aren't exactly stacked in your favor. Around 70% of traders lose money consistently. And in the prop firm world, less than 1% of those who land a funded account make it to their first payout. So what sets the successful traders apart? What do they have that others don't? Let's dive in. Good traders are patient. They know when to stay out of the market. Losing traders are short-sighted and impulsive, chasing action even when the conditions aren't right. This powerful quote highlights a key trait that sets successful traders apart: patience. But patience is just one piece of the puzzle. Becoming a good trader, or better yet, a consistent, profitable one, requires more than just waiting for the right moment. What does it really take to trade like a pro? Let's dive in and uncover the trades and strategies that separates the winners from the rest. Let's start with the obvious ones. As a good trader, you must be patient. You must be willing to wait for price to come to you and not chase after it. Being a trader does not mean to be in a position every single day. Emotions are another big one that you have probably heard of before. In order to be profitable, you have to let go your emotions. They are a terrible compass to navigate the complexity of the markets. At OTC, all our trades are based on data-driven facts, not based on fear, greed, or hope. Trading is a profession, not a part-time hobby. If you need an adrenaline fix, go to the casino. As a trader, you are essentially an entrepreneur, a business owner. So take it serious. Be dedicated and allocate the required resources towards it. You're a risk manager first. Your number one job is not to lose money. Making money comes after. As Warren Buffett famously said, the first rule of investing is don't lose money. The second rule is don't forget the first rule. As a good trader learns from the past to prepare for the future. This is where backtesting comes in. And let's be clear, price does not drive price. That's just not possible. To really understand the market, you've got to pay attention to the fundamentals. That's where our proprietary indicators come in. They help analyze the data and project it forward, almost like a crystal ball. Here's the thing. Trading shouldn't be about the money. The moment you focus on money, you're likely to lose. Instead, focus on the process and sticking to your trade plan. The money will follow as a byproduct of doing things right. Great traders also take time to review their performance. Yes, keep that trade log and stay open to learning. There's no finish line when it comes to improving. You can always get better. Finally, profitable traders stay calm and analytical. No chasing hype or following the herd. Sticking to your plan. Keep your cool and you'll stay ahead of the game. At Online Trading Campus, we've built an ecosystem to help you become a successful trader. We'll teach you our blueprint strategy and show you how to practice and backtest it step by step. But we don't stop there. We host daily live trading sessions and practical classes so you can dive deeper and put your knowledge to work. You learn how fundamentals impact the markets, get tools to time your trades, and even set up a decision matrix to help you confidently get in and out of trades. The rest is up to you. Lock your trades, review them, and keep learning as you go. We are here to guide you every step of the way. Now that you know what it takes to be a successful trader, let's talk about why so many people don't make it. Spotting these common mistakes can help you avoid them and set yourself up for success. First up, a lot of traders fail because they don't stick to a profitable strategy. Instead, they jump from one method to another. what we call strategy hopping and end up treating trading like gambling instead of a business. Without consistency, it's tough to succeed. Another big mistake, treating trading like a hobby instead of a serious business. Many traders don't have a proper system in place. No clear trade plan or trade log. And because of that, they don't learn from their mistakes. Sometimes they don't even realize what went wrong in the first place. And then there are the emotions, fear and greed. These can easily take over, leading to impulsive decisions and unprofitable trades. Instead of relying on solid data and facts, bad traders let their emotions drive the bus. And that's never a good idea. Think about it. Would you trust a pilot who just read a book about flying, or go to a dentist who only watched a YouTube tutorial? Of course not. Trading is no different. It's a skill that requires proper education and training, which is exactly what you are getting with Online Trading Campus. Another common pitfall, focusing only on price and ignoring the fundamentals that drive market movements. This often leads to traders reacting to the market instead of anticipating it. And that's a risky way to trade. But here's the good news. By joining Online Trading Campus, you've already started setting yourself apart. You're now part of a community that promotes discipline, consistency, and a professional mindset, all while helping you break bad habits. Now, let's dive into the charts and walk through a real-world example of how we apply these principles to achieve success. All right, guys. So, what makes a good trader? Good question. So let me answer that question by showing you a trade example, a trade that I called in my Funded Trader Weekly Outlook and that myself and the entire community took in 2024. Based on that trade, I can show you what makes a good trader, because we had to wait patiently, and it's a trade that met all our technical and fundamental rules. A trade that I call all stars aligned trade. So let's jump into that trade. So it was here on the Euro US dollar. And what we are now simulating on the chart, just quickly, by the way, very important. If it's the first time that you see these kind of charts and these kind of tools that I display here on the chart, please don't feel intimidated and don't feel overwhelmed. In the Blueprint program, we're gonna go through everything in detail, and after the Blueprint program, I can guarantee you, you can read all of that. But what I'm simulating right now here on that chart is that today is basically end of September. You see that here, end of September 2024. So first of all, a good trader has to understand fundamentals. I always say a good trader has to be familiar with fundamentals and with technicals. And that's why in our Blueprint program, we combine the best of both worlds, fundamentals and technicals. So step one is always fundamentals. We get fundamentally biased with our proprietary indicators. And then if we are fundamentally biased, bullish or bearish, we can move to step two and then time the market, place our set, stop entry target with technicals. And now you see here we have three tools on the chart. We have here the Campus True Seasonality, down here the Campus Valuation tool, and here to the right we have our Campus CUT Index. These are our fundamental tools. And if we look here at the seasonality, and I put here a vertical line in, we can see that the price projection from end of November is going down on the euro dollar. It's clearly going down here. So first rule met, meeting rules. We have to be, very important, a good trader is not guessing. A good trader has black and white rules. It's very systematic and in their approach. And now we move to the second tool. Here our valuation tool. If the line is up here, the purple line is up here, it means it's overvalued versus the dollar. So we want to be bearish. And when the purple line is down here, it means we are undervalued versus the US dollar. Very simple to read, and meaning we are bullish on the euro dollar. But you see, it's very close to up here. So we are turning, also we are black and white, we are turning bearish on the euro dollar. Very black and white and very objective. It's very important. We cannot be, again, good trader, bad trader. A bad trader is very subjective. A good trader is very objective in the decision-making process. And now here on the right, our Campus CUT index, this is where we can see the behavior, the real behavior of retail traders. Retail traders are usually wrong. So we don't trade with the retail traders, we trade with the institutions. We trade against the retail traders. Also here, it's very simple if you understand our tool, how to read it. If the red line is here above the green horizontal line, then the retailers are bullish. If the retailers are down at below the red horizontal line, retailers are bearish. Remember what I said. We have to be very objective. So if retailers are bullish, we should get bearish. So if we should get bearish, then, well, what does our fundamentals tell us yet? Again, very objective. Seasonal trend down. We are close to overvalued versus the dollar, bearish, and retailers are bullish. So we have to do the opposite, bearish. So fundamentally, step one in our two-step mechanical process, getting fundamentally biased. Now let's move to step two, which are then the technicals, timing the market with supply and demand. And you will learn all of this in module 2 and module 3. And timing the market is with supply and demand. And what we see here, what you will learn here, is that we have here a very nice rally base drop, supply zone. And this is where we would place our set, our entry, our stop loss, and our target. So this is a daily chart. And quite interestingly, what you will see here is price never touched the zone. We had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So we wait patiently. Patience is required in trading. Without patience, you will never end up being consistently profitable. So let's see, and this is where you could have placed your set. And by the way, we all placed our set. The entire community placed their set here. And you see now we move on in time and say, okay, let's say today's date, and okay, let's wait, and you see from that zone, price came into the zone, slight penetration of the zone, we got filled, and you see this caused a big drop in the euro US dollar. Actually, we called the top in the euro US dollar, and you would have made decent profit. Wait, you see that blue line is the 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. If you held that even longer, you could have made a 1-to-5, 6, 7, or even 1-to-8 trade. All right, guys, so to sum it up, what makes a good trader? You have to be patient. You have to be objective in your decision-making process, black and white. You have to combine fundamentals with technicals to marry the best of both worlds, getting fundamentally biased, and then time the market with your technicals. And then by being objective in your decision-making process, you are black and white, and by being objective, you can become consistently profitable. All right, guys, that's it for that practical application session. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't worry, all of that you will learn throughout the Blueprint course. Becoming a successful trader isn't just about learning strategies. It's about having the right knowledge, tools, and mindset. That's where the Blueprint program comes in to guide you every step of the way. With Blueprint, you get all the essential skills and strategies you need. Whether you're starting out or ready to tackle advanced techniques, we are here to make sure you feel supported as you grow. One of the coolest parts of Blueprint is that you can actually earn while you learn. As you go through the program, you'll have access to trade setups, like the Euro US dollar example we shared earlier, discussed regularly by our mentors and myself. These real-time insights allow you to follow along, learn, and even mirror successful trades while building your own skills. Of course, knowledge is just one piece of the puzzle. Success in trading also means having access to the right tools and capital. With Campus Fund, you'll have the funding to trade bigger positions, and our proprietary tools will help you make smarter, more confident decisions, taking the guesswork out of your trades. That said, while we'll give you everything you need to succeed, the journey is ultimately yours. Trading takes discipline, focus, and a commitment to learning and practicing what you have mastered. We are here to guide you, but your success will come from the effort and dedication you put into the process. You've got this.